Have you ever been confused about what to do with your songs once you finish them? I've got a cool song. Now what? I was in the same boat for many years, and I always felt like if my burning desire was to be an electrician, there would be a clear path to get me to my dream job. I go to a trade school, finish in a couple years, take advantage of some kind of job placement program, and then BAM! I'm electrifying houses in a matter of no time. I have no idea how electricity works. But for some reason, for artistic pursuits, it's never so clear-cut. And most of the time, people pay you an exposure. They don't have a job placement program for a rock star. Or do they? This has been my journey. A confusing, winding path with no idea of where to go and nobody giving me clear guidance. Kind of like Elden Ring.
Help me, I'm stuck.
Until one day, several years ago, in the midst of my frustration, I heard a song in the background of a TV show. I think it was Grey's Anatomy. Don't judge me. You can judge me. And I was like, hold the damn phone. That's a song. It's not a jingle or an instrumental, but a song with vocals and lyrics like the ones that I write, but it's in a TV show. How'd they do this? Well, this opened up a side quest for me, and I was able to unlock television royalty status. And guess what, ladies and germs? I'm gonna share that with you in this series. All the things that I learned on my side quests. Welcome to Sync It In, how to write songs for TV and film. In this video, we're gonna look at the struggle that we face as musicians and songwriters and artists trying to make a living with our music, and how to help alleviate some of that pain by writing for TV and film, and what the different opportunities are in the world of sync. Let's go. All right, let's look at how to sync it in, how to write songs for TV and film. First of all, the word sync is short for synchronization. That's the term used whenever you synchronize a piece of music with a piece of film. What a challenge it is to be an artist these days, a musician, a singer, a songwriter. You pretty much have to do it all. Not only do you have to learn how to write, you have to learn how to sing, maybe you have to learn how to play an instrument, and then you can learn how to record those instruments. And even in the world of recording, you know, it's very different being able to record music versus mixing it properly, mastering it properly, booking your own shows, marketing yourself, and these skills are all very different from each other. Being a singer-songwriter, an artist or musician, and you're like the CEO and all of the employees, it's quite a challenge. And then you take into account that these days people don't even buy music anymore. It's like, what kind of business model is this we're talking about here? Where you have to do it all, produce a product that nobody buys. It sounds pretty dark, I know. I'm sorry. It's just the reality. I mean, I don't buy music anymore. I don't buy albums. I have a Spotify account, and I stream music, or I pull it up on YouTube. And the truth is, music has always been changing. Think about whenever we first started making records. Before then, people had sheet music in their homes. Someone in your family had to play the piano, or you didn't even get to hear the latest artist's music. So imagine if you're someone who owned a sheet music business back whenever the first records started hitting the street. You were probably complaining about this newfangled record and how they're going to put you out of business because people weren't buying sheet music anymore, right? And so we can sit around and whine about it, or we can just recognize that music is always changing, and the way that people can consume music is always changing. But I can show you a place where people will still buy your music. All right, what we're going to cover in this video series, we're going to look at why to write for TV and film, first of all, and then we're going to understand all of the opportunities that are available to us in that world. And then we're going to look at the differences between writing for sync versus writing just a traditional song as an artist. There are some subtleties there. We're also going to look at the sync songwriting fundamentals. That's a fun sentence to say. And we're going to look at how to produce your songs for sync. And we're going to look at the different ways to pitch your songs after you've got them produced. We're also going to look at some of the challenges for writing for TV and film. And hopefully at the end of this, you'll feel like you have a new path, a new way to take your music career, or at least another avenue that you can experiment with. All right, let's look at why to even write for TV and film first of all. Earlier I mentioned that it's like you're your own CEO of your business, and if you are being smart about your music career and not romanticizing it, it does make sense to have a diversified portfolio or multiple revenue streams. When you're at shows, you have merchandise that you can sell, and that helps put a little feather in your pocket. You do have song downloads or streaming on Spotify. I do have some friends in music that have cracked the code to how to get on some very highly played playlists that will begin to give them some revenue that way. You can also get paid for touring, doing house concerts and those kinds of things. But there's another little box over here which is, hey, why don't I go ahead and get some sync fees and some royalties? Yeah. Because see, the cool thing about writing for TV and film is you start to build up a passive income stream. This is that whole make money while you sleep. Because once you have a song that's in a TV show, you'll begin to get royalties on that song every time that it airs. And this starts to stack up over time to where eventually you're getting paid for songs that you wrote 8 or 9 or 10 years ago. And then you start to stack all these songs on top of each other. It's like compound interest. The other thing cool about getting your songs in very popular TV shows or in like a movie trailer is it can actually help you for booking bigger shows, because now all of a sudden you have a little bit more street cred. If I'm talking to a venue and I can say that I've had a song featured in Grey's Anatomy, for instance, you can judge me. They can put that on the poster and they can kind of hype that a little bit more. The other cool thing about writing for TV and film is you can do it from anywhere and as a nobody. Here's what I mean by that. You don't have to live in LA. You don't have to live in Nashville to write songs for TV and film. You can do that from literally anywhere in the world. I have friends that do this from all different parts of the country, several friends in Canada, UK. It doesn't matter where they are because they can produce it remotely. And in a lot of ways, music supervisors, the people who will help get your placements, the people that are picking your songs to put into TV shows and films, they kind of like discovering new people. For the first time in your life, not being a celebrity artist, not being famous is a benefit to you because they want to be the one that discovers you. This cool underground band that no one knows about, this cool underground singer that no one's heard, they were the one that found them and put them into this TV show, and now they're a big deal. The other reason to do TV and film, you can stretch yourself. When you start writing under deadlines, under tight deadlines, sometimes if I get a creative brief, I might have a weekend to fully write and record and master a song. Well, when you do songs that fast, you get a little bit better, and you also have to learn to write with someone else's vision in mind, which makes you a more rounded creative person. And because you're writing for TV and film, you might get to explore a different variety of genres that you've never written before. Primarily, I write soul music. I have had the chance to experiment with country, with blues rock, with blues. I've even, I shouldn't admit this, I have used my voice for a couple of hip-hop rap songs. The other thing is, I'll be honest with you, it is just cool. When you see your name at the end of a title sequence or in the end credits, this was the first song that I had in a movie. It was The Bottom of the Ninth was the name of the movie. And you can see there's my song written by me and Steve Wells. It actually showed up in the end credits, and I didn't expect that. And even just hearing your song in the background of a film or a show, it's pretty fascinating. It's a surreal experience, and you feel like, you feel like you're doing something, okay? Let's look at the different opportunities available in the world of writing songs for TV and film. So there are a lot of different sync uses. You can use songs as source music. This is when the music comes from a source. In this example with the thumbnail here, it's a scene in a movie where they're in a car, there's a radio playing. Well, the song that comes out of that radio, that could be your song. Then there's montages. This is where music takes center stage. So it's kind of the opposite of source music. In source music, the music is in the background and the action is in the foreground. Where in a montage, the action's in the background and the music's in the foreground. You can see this in opening credits and closing credits, or a good example of a montage would be like Rocky's Eye of the Tiger workout montage, where that music's dominating and you see him in the background doing his workout bit. You can also get your songs into commercials. The common theme with most commercials is that it's going to be upbeat and happy and connect on some kind of personal level. Just keep that in mind if you're writing for advertising. advertisements or commercials. You can also do period pieces. I do a lot of songs that sound like they come right out of the 60s, and that's because there are a lot of scenes in movies and TV shows where they do a flashback, or they're set in that time period. Trailer music is a thing too. Now, when I was growing up, it was called movie preview, but nowadays it's trailers for some reason. But anyways, you can get your song into a movie trailer. There's a lot of money there, but there's also a lot of competition there. It also can take a really long time to produce. A friend of mine does trailer music, and it can take him a whole week just producing one song. Underscore, it's instrumental music without lyrics or without vocals on top of it, and it also just goes in the background. This is used all the time. Just think of a reality TV show. They're trying to pick who's gonna win. You hear that music behind the background that's kind of tense. That's a good example of underscore. It's music that underscores the emotional theme of the scene. So hopefully you see there is a world where you can get paid for your music. Imagine that. And I realize that a lot of writers are scared of this world. It's the unknown. We're throwing around terms like exclusive, 50-50 split, publisher's share. It can be intimidating, but the truth is it doesn't hurt to get started. You probably have some songs laying around somewhere not doing anything for you, like some of your kids. Jeffrey really needs to get a job. Going into this world is only going to help your career. It's going to give you some more exposure, help you strengthen some new skills, cure your male pattern baldness, and dagnabbit, it's just plain fun. The trucks in this town are so loud, they're always ruining my takes. If you enjoy this video, but you feel like you want to go a little deeper into the world of writing for TV and film, well, surprise, surprise, do I have a product for you? Tools for Television. How to break into songwriting for TV, film, and advertising. It's an ebook that complements this video series, and I have a few more resources in there to help you have a clear roadmap on where to get started today. If you want to get more of these songwriting tips and tricks, be sure to whack, wallop, smack, thwomp that like and subscribe. You know what? I'm not good at this. I'm not good at self-promotion. Don't even like and subscribe. I don't deserve your love. Bye-bye.